What's up guys, it's Cody with 3D Printing and Technology. So for this week's video, we are going to be doing an unbox and setup video of the Anbes, I guess I pronounce it, of one of their soldering irons. One of the reasons that we're doing this type of video on this channel is with 3D printers there are some electronic projects that we need to work on as well. Whether that's building your own 3D printer or repairing another 3D printer. For example, this monoprice Select Mini 3D printer's heat bed. The wires are known to break on the inside, and sometimes you have some extreme cases like this, severed wires, and so we need to solder them back together for the printer to be able to work properly. So what we're going to do is unbox the soldering iron, go over what came with it, set it up, and then we'll probably attempt a test with it, probably on the build plate that I just showed you, to see how it works. And then that's probably going to be it for this video. Alright, so here we have the build plate that we're going to attempt to solder on. And here is the soldering iron kit that we still need to unwrap. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is take the outside plastic off. Also, notice it is made in China. So that's the way. There's the plastic, we'll set this aside. So it came with a few pieces of paper. So pretty much company info, risk of electric shock, set that to the side, and then looks like a user manual. So product features, what parts are included, basic operations of it, desoldering, how to use the soldering stand, tweezers, air stripper, and more warnings. So set this aside for now. So here is the case. It has the Anbes piece of fabric right here. Then it has this orange trim going around it. And then this outside cover feels like some sort of leather. And then we got the zipper. Set down, unzip it. So opening it up, this is what it looks like. It doesn't want to lay flat, but that's alright. So we'll start down here. Looks like we got some solder, I guess, or then we have some sort of fabric pad, maybe a sponge. And this is a desoldering pump. I haven't used one of these before, and it kind of looks similar to the shape of a soldering iron. On this side, it looks like most of the stand pieces. Here's the nozzles. That's part of the stand. Some tweezers. So this is a wire cutter, and then some wire. Yep, so this is the main part right here. So we'll start taking this all out of the case and getting everything set up. So we'll get the, there's the tips set aside. This is part of the soldering iron stand. I don't think it has a name. Here is the soldering iron piece. With the cable. The cable does have an on and off button. So the side codes will need that. More extra wire and tweezers. And then here's the actual stand part. We'll need this. And this sponge fabric piece sits off in this stand. Something like that. And we'll probably need the router stripper. So we'll start setting these pieces up and we'll set this case to the side. So now we can do some assembly with the stand. You see it has 2 nuts on it. We're going to insert this piece into the base piece. We use this outermost hole and insert like this. But we're going to put one of the nuts on the bottom and the other nut on the top and tighten it, and then it should look something like this. This is what it should look like once it gets assembled. We don't have to tighten these nuts too tight since it does come in a case, and then if you decide to move it, you can just loosen it up and take it apart. Or if you just plan on keeping it out of the case, I guess you could tighten it up all the way. But this is pretty much it for the assembly process. The tip that comes with the kit isn't made for soldering. We have to use one of the 5 tips that they sent with it. Not sure why that is. So I took the outside cover off the nozzle, and now we're replacing the tip that it came with the iron tip, and we're going to put it back together and test that out instead. So the next step should be to plug the soldering iron in and heat it up. Now we have the soldering iron plugged into the wall outlet. The power button is turned off for now. And now we have the heated build plate with the severed cable and the 2 new sets of cables that we're going to be replacing it with. What we're going to have to do now is measure the length of the cables or wire that we need to replace it with, cut the piece off, and then strip both ends on all the pieces and let the soldering iron heat up, and we can get started with the repair process for this project. So now I have the 4 wire protectors I'm going to put on it once I get everything soldered into place. I got the bad wire portions cut out, and I'm getting ready to strip these wires to get to where it needs to be. And while I'm doing that, I got the soldering iron heating up. You can see it has a red light saying that's heating up. And also it has a temperature gauge with about 4 to 6 different ones. I believe it's on the hottest one right now. Now all the wires are stripped and prepped to get soldered. So I think the hot ends had some time to heat up, and we'll test it out. Yep, I can feel it's warm, and you can see the coloration on it. So I'm going to get some solder on to it. So I just did 2 of these solders right here. It's not the best, but I think it will work. I had to turn the temperature down on the soldering iron to get it to work right. But we got 2 done and we got 6 more to go. Okay, so now that 2 of them done, I'm going to do 2 more. So once you get to this step, it's pretty much like any other soldering errand. Just get the solder on the wires and heat it up. There's one wire done. Undone. And there's 2 wires done. So at this point we're putting the shrink wrap tubes for this solder and an extra one for the other end for when we get that one soldered onto it as well. So we got 4 of the ends done, the connector pieces. So now we got the build plate ends to do. That's 4 more solders left. The 2 small ones are done, so now I'm going to connect the 2 big ones. Do the red wires. Now I'm going to flip it over, do the other side of the wire to make sure and then now we're going to do the black wire. So we're getting a good test of the solder now with this project, making sure it can stay heated for a long time and it can get the job done. So flipping the plate back over, got one more wire. Okay, so now I think we're all done with all 8 solders. Now I think we're all done with this project. Okay, so after unboxing, setting it up and using it in the project, I think this solder iron does work. So I say this is a good solder iron to buy. It's one of the popular ones on Amazon right now. Obviously with any product you can't really tell offhand if it's going to last a while until you test it for a period of time. But if this project were done right here, about 8 of these solders, I think it has the potential to be a very good product for future use in our workshop. But that's going to wrap this video up for this week. This is mainly just showing you this soldering iron product, kind of showing you the tools and electronics side of the 3D printing business. So if I could be on a series videos first, make sure to click subscribe and I'll see you guys next time.